What's going on, everyone? My name is UnderTheRadar and welcome back to the NPA. This is going to be the week 2 team builder. In the last week's battle, if you have not seen it yet, I strongly suggest you guys go watch it. It will be up on the channel. All you have to do is go on to like probably one of the last videos and it'll be there, but we did face TheXSeption in the Tampa Bay Lux Rays. Fantastic player. We did pick up a very solid 4-0 victory on the back of Rybombi. Rybombi is just a monster. But this week we are going up against IronBoffin and the Rochester Rhydons. This team is very threatening for mine. Terrakion, Sylveon, Blastoise, Spiritomb, Tauros, Sandslash, Megaladios, Magnezone, Blaziken, Tornadus, and Victory Bell. Now, I'm sure you're probably asking, why is this super threatening for yours? You have double Genies, and Double Dance Lando pretty much runs through his entire team. And to that I would say, yes, you're right. However, his team just has the means of outwalling mine, and that's what kind of sort of worries me. It's the fact that the likes of Sylveon plus Blastoise plus Megaladios can, in theory, outwall me if I don't prep around it correctly, and then if he can outwall me, something like a Scarfed Blaziken could potentially run through literally my entire team, depending on what type of move he locks himself into if he's Scarfed. Terrakion is also a really big threat. I do have one of the best counters to it, though, in Doublade, so because of that, I'm not really expecting it as much as other people might expect it. But even if it does come, I do have a couple of contingencies for it, so that's really, really nice. Spiritomb I don't expect to come at all. It's a trash Pokemon, honestly. He might bring it just because I've said it's trash for the past season, and he might try to prove me wrong on that. I don't think he will, though. Tauros, I kind of expect that to come as like a Life Orb Sheer Force attacker with Ice Beam, maybe trying to catch me off guard. Maybe, but the big thing that I expect to come is I expect Terrakion lead or Sandslash lead, and that's how I'm trying to go about building this entire team. So let's go ahead and just hop into the team I'm bringing. So we'll start off with Celebi here. Tangaberry, Recover, U-Turn, Leaf Storm, and Earth Power. We have max HP, 188 defense, 68 into speed with a timid nature. This allows me to outspeed a Blaziken that is speed creeping my Mega Heracross. Now, Boffin is a good prepper. I've seen the way he preps. I know what he does. He does speed creep. So because of that, I'm really expecting him to be able to speed creep my Mega Heracross with his Blaziken. That puts him at 140 speed. This outspeeds that. So if I can get up Sticky Webs, this can actually outspeed his Blaziken, which is really, really cool. If he's Choice Scarfed. If he's Banded, I can outspeed him anyway. That makes me really, really happy. I do think that this is going to be a pretty big win con. This is also going to be my designated lead. If he leads off with Sandslash or Terrakion, Leaf Storm one-shots both of them unless they're like Rindoberry, but I don't really expect that as much. And it can prevent him from getting up rocks, and if I can get up Sticky Webs later in the game, it can prevent his Sandslash from actually rapid spinning on my Rybombi to get rid of webs. Very, very good Pokemon versus team. This is also going to be one of my designated switch-ins to Terrakion because it can take 2 Choice Scarfed or non-boosting item Stone Edges, and then a Tangaberry can reduce the hit of X-Scissor afterwards, or it can take like a close combat into X-Scissor, and Tangaberry can prevent me from dying from that. But I did want to have another switch in to Terrakion just in case he did bring it, and that's going to be my Landorus Therian. Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Defog, Earthquake with the Ground EMZ. Now you're probably thinking, why are you bringing Ground Z on a support Landorus? Well, that's actually a really good point. So this has enough speed to outspeed Magnezone. I believe it's Magnezone. Let me double check. Yeah, Magnezone, it's 123. I had to double check my my creeps. So this does outspeed like a Assault-Vest Magnezone, Shucaberry Magnezone, whatever. Oh, also I have Earth Power on here to potentially pop a Shucaberry from Magnezone, which will come in handy as you will see later on. So this has Earthquake to be able to hit pretty much his entire team super effectively, and whatever it can't hit super effectively, I can U-turn out on as they try to set up on me. For example, Megaladios, if it wants to try to set up Dragon Dances or Calm Minds on me, I can U-turn out on that, get off a really, really, really solid chunk of damage, and I'll be good to go. Ground EMZ is there just for Sylveon. It does like 74% to Sylveon, even if it's max Fizz Def. So it does a whole, I'm sorry, min damage is 78%, so it does a lot of damage. And that alone makes me feel a little bit better against my Sylveon matchup, because Sylveon does wall out the vast majority of my team. It can just wish up and stall me down, and that's really, really scary. So I don't really like that. But this is going to be my main pivot of the game. If I'm able to parting shot with Persian into whatever and then get in my Lando, then instantly I'm able to wall something to death and back and not even worry about it a bit. Next up, we have Assault Vest Tornadoes. This is going to be one of my main switch-ins to the likes of Torn Eye, Magnezone, even Megalotti to an extent, depending on what type of set it is. Along with Spiritomb, maybe Blastoise, Sylveon, I can switch into a lot of them. And what this allows me to do is this allows me to live hits from every single one of them and still fire off with really, really, really strong hits with the likes of Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, and Dark Pulse. It hits so much of his team for super effective damage, especially his Wall Core. For example, Blastoise, Spiritomb doesn't want to take Thunderbolts. Dark Pulse hits Mega Latios for super effective damage, and then Thunderbolt hits Tornadus Eye for super effective damage. This speed allows me to outspeed Blaziken 100% of the time, unless he's Scarfed. So if I can get up Sticky Webs, I will outspeed his Blaziken. And that's really, really important for late game. If, let's say, it's my Persian versus, and my Persian, Thundy, and something in Ribombee versus the rest of his team, I can set up webs with Ribombee, go into Thundurus, and I can outspeed the remainder of his team as long as he doesn't have, like, Scarf Terrakion, and I can sweep through the rest of his team. And Megalotti, but that doesn't one-shot me very easily, so this Pokemon is very, very good at just taking a lot of hits and dishing out hard damage that it's hard for him to recover up on, because Wish Passing against my team is very, very difficult. I do hit a lot of things, a lot harder than what you would expect. And what I don't hit hard, I can Parting Shot out on, or pivot around and put my opponent in a bad position. Next up is Vaporeon, just a mixed wall. This is going to be my main switch into things like Blastoise, Megalotti, for example. I'm running a variant of Vaporeon that is setup fodder for Lottie because, oh, I'm missing something here. Right? I want to make sure. Yeah. Min Speed Sylveon hits 80 speed. With 18 speed IVs, I guarantee outslow Sylveon, meaning I get the slow baton pass. And if it's taken, like, Stealth Rocks, if it's taken, which, by the way, Stealth Rocks are here on Lando, then I can slow baton pass out, go into something to pressure his Sylveon, and I can do a lot of work with that. For example, my Thundy or my Ground EMZ Lando. So I wanted to be able to make sure I could outslow that along with taking hits as best as possible. And I want this to be able to be setup fodder for Mega Latios because I have one of the best checks to every single variant of Mega Latios that there is, and that is my Alolan Persian. 220 in speed allows me to outspeed Calm Mind Latios 100% of the time. With max defense, I live a +3 Dragon Claw from a Latios that is Jolly, which him setting up to +3 against my team is not going to be easy, if possible at all. Maybe +1. And then Foul Play can one-shot him if he's set up a Dragon Dance. I have Taunt to be able to taunt his Sandslash from setting up rocks if I feel as though he's going to try to set up rocks a little bit later in the game. And then Punishment is there in case he has Calm Mind Latios. If he sets up 2 Calm Minds, Punishment guaranteed one-shots. That's beautiful. Or maybe it's 3 Calm Minds. It's something like that. But Punishment does a whole lot of damage to Mega Latios, and it just puts a whole lot of work. Foul Play alone, without any boost, does 70% to Mega Latios if he has max attack Jolly Nature. So this Pokemon is just one of the best Mega Lati checks in the entire game. That's the reason why I drafted it, to be honest with you. Because I didn't want to be the only one that had to run something like a Sneasel or a Weavile or an Ice Shard user to try to deal with Mega Lati that's set up that could just be fat and live the Ice Shard anyway. So yeah, that's kind of what the plan is for this bad guy. And then the final member of the team that is going to pretty much be the glue that holds this entire team together is going to be my Ribombee. I'm bringing another offensive Ribombee set. Moonblast, Hidden Power, Ground, U-Turn, and Sticky Webs. I could, in theory, go Energy Ball over U-Turn or Energy Ball over Sticky Webs. However, I really, really, really want Sticky Webs in this game. It gives me such a better matchup against Blaziken, against Magnezone, against Terrakion if he's not Scarf Terrakion. Even if he is, and I get up Sticky Webs, he can no longer outspeed my Ribombee, and I can do a lot of damage with Moonblast. With the Expert Belt with Moonblast, I guaranteed one-shot Mega Latios after a little bit of chip damage. It does 50% to Tornadus Eye, so if I'm able to get up Stealth Rocks, and then like any hit with anything off on it, it guaranteed dies to Moonblast. It's just such a good Pokemon versus his team. I kind of wanted to bait him into thinking that I don't really like this mon as much as I do. Because in the XBL chat, somebody said, Ribombee is such a sleeper Pokemon, it's such a good offensive that I was like, I don't like it that much. Just to see what he would say, or just to see how he would go along with that, that implication. But I do really, really, really like the way this team works. I think it's a lot better than the first original variation of the team I had. The first variation I had Double Dance Lando, and it was so unbelievably hard to set up. I had dual screens, Celebi with Z Parting Shot, Persian along with Ground EMZ on Lando. It was just so hard to get set up. It was so hard to get set up and do the damage that I needed to. So it was it wasn't the best team, but this team, I love the way this team works out. This also, this EV spread allows me to take 2 or 3 Hyper Voices from Sylveon, I believe, depending on what investment he is. But yeah, that is the team. I'm super excited for this game. Last time I played Boffin, he ran a Quick Attack Sylveon to beat my Dragon Dance Komodo, and it made me so unbelievably upset that I had PTSD about that forever. When I saw that he had Sylveon again, I didn't want to bring anything that was weak to Quick Attack Sylveon except for Persian. But yeah, that's the team, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below for me. Also, make sure you go check out all of the links down in the description below to all of the other coaches. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.